December 2023 Animal Reiki Talk. That means it is the final Animal Reiki Talk of the year for 2023. I'm very happy to be here with all of you. And tonight I chose a topic which is basically to talk about my programs for next year. So I'm excited to talk about this because I don't often get a chance. I mean, I have it in my newsletter on my website, but I don't often get a chance to talk about all the different programs I offer. And so I'm hoping for those of you who are interested in Animal Reiki and who want to know more about how you can learn about Animal Reiki, or maybe you already are one of my students and you're thinking about how can I go further with you? What can I do, next year to strengthen my practice? Then I hope that all of your questions are answered. So what I'm going to do is I'll start talking about the programs, and then I'm going to open it up to Q&A. This is a great time for you to ask questions about the practice, any of the classes that I talk about, anything else that is interesting you in my programs. You can ask questions about it, or anything else in your world of Animal Reiki. If you have questions, if you are wondering things, then tonight is the night for you to talk about that. And then we'll finish, as always, with our animal healing circle, where you can invite in the animals that you care about, that you want to hold in the space, and we'll hold it together in community. And so that is our plan for tonight. Guys ready? Okay. All right. So 2024 is a very exciting year for Animal Reiki Source because it is Animal Reiki Source's 20th anniversary. I formed Animal Reiki Source in 2004. Now, I learned Animal Reiki in 1998, so that means it's actually my 26th year in practice, but my 20th year with Animal Reiki Source. So I'm going to have one of the most exciting things I want to share with you guys tonight is in probably February of 2024, I'm going to have a 21-day meditation challenge that's based on my book of the same name. Some of you have my meditation book. Each day, we meditate on a different Reiki precept and with the help of a different spirit animal. So we do tigers and eagles and cougars, and even one day for the snake, which I hope helps some people feel differently about the wisdom that snake can bring to us. And so we go through the 5 precepts over 21 days with a different animal each day to help support us. So I'm going to be having that 21-day meditation coming up in February. So stay tuned for that. It will be 21 each day, a different meditation, and there may be about 8 to 10 minutes per day, but then there's a little sort of homework assignment for you to do to focus on each animal, to be walking with those animals throughout the day and with their wisdom. And each animal has a special affirmation to teach us. So that 21-day affirmation, I'll tell you more details in our January Animal Reiki talk about exactly when that's going to be, the dates and when to look for it. But I wanted to share it with you because I've been working on creating it, and I'm really excited about offering that to you guys in celebration of the 20th anniversary coming up next year. So I have most of my other programs are actually starting in January. And so I'm going to talk about those. So let's start with the basic program of Level 1 online certification. This is a program that some of you who are here tonight that I see, you guys have already, you are graduates of this program. And so you've already taken this. But I love the Level 1 online because first of all, it's online. And so it's much easier for a lot of people to be able to participate because it's in an online format. It's over 8 weeks time, so it gives you a lot more time to actually digest and process the teachings and embody them. So a lot of what you'll learn in the Let Animals Lead practice is learning how to live the practice and be Reiki with animals versus doing Reiki to animals, right? So having that really immersive, I would say, experience over 8 weeks time. Getting to know the other people in the classes is really fun. So the way the class is set up is the lessons are released as videos along. You get a teaching and a guided meditation, and you get that each Monday, and you have a whole week to practice, to work on it. And then you also have your manual, which is 250 pages long and it has a bunch of workbook pages for you to do. So you're journaling in your workbook, you're filling out your workbook, you're doing your meditations, you've watched the teachings. And after a week, you submit your homework to me. Every week you have a few questions to answer. You submit your homework along with asking a question about the week. I take all of those questions, I compile them, and I answer them in our live Zoom call. So every week there's an hour-long Zoom, and I just go through everybody's questions in the class. And it's really fascinating because we get to know each other through our questions. And what I love about it too is it means that every level 1 class I teach is totally different based on the questions everybody's asking. And so you get to know the students and what they're interested in. And some people ask a lot of questions about horses or cats or animals in hospice, or other people have questions about, just the philosophy or the Japanese origins. There's so many interesting questions that have come up. I really love a lot of them. Um, really are difficult. I have to think about them for a while. So really smart, um, unique, creative questions. And I get to know you through your questions. The other students get to know you, and we all kind of learn together with your insights, your questions, and so on. So that is the level 1 class. And at the end of that class, you get a level 1 certification, which means you are officially a practitioner in the Let Animals Lead method, which is really exciting. And that leads us to the level 2 classes. Those are also starting in January. So level 1, I kind of see as the foundational course. So you learn the importance of self-practice and how everything we do kind of starts here and then it moves out to the animals. And you also focus on practicing with your animals, maybe your family's animals or friends, if you volunteer at a shelter. So you're kind of have sort of I would say, a small circle of places you're familiar, and you're learning to work with the practices, and you're seeing the responses of animals, you're gaining your experience. And when you feel comfortable with those teachings, it's time to move on to level 2. Level 2, people always get super excited because you learn distant healing. In Japanese, you would more say connection healing, right? Because spiritually, if we're talking about energy, there is no such thing as distance. There is only oneness. And so, what we're really doing in a distance session is we're going inward, we're tapping in to that oneness, right? And then we are remembering that we're all one and connected, and that's really how we're connecting, is through that. So anyway, that is one of the exciting things that we learned. But we also learn 3 symbols and mantras, and those are the traditional ones taught in human Reiki. But in the Let Animals Lead method, we learn a really different way of connecting with those symbols and mantras and using them. Our technique is really different because it's really important that we don't push on animal sensitivities or make them uncomfortable. And when I first started using Reiki symbols and mantras, a lot of animals didn't like it. And so I actually stopped using them with animals because I thought, oh, they don't like Reiki symbols and mantras. But I learned it's just your approach they don't like. So what I teach you in level 2 is the approach that animals will like, and that they will feel safe and they'll feel comfortable. Like, that's what we're going to do in our level 2 class. So that's really fun to do that. You also learn some traditional Japanese techniques, and as you know, the Let Animals Lead method is really founded on those Japanese meditative techniques, because meditation is the foundation of everything we do with animals. So that is a wonderful supplement to what you learn. And then we revisit some things in a deeper way, because we're level 2 now. So we're going a little bit deeper with ethics for animals with the Reiki precepts and those kind of teachings. The level 2 manual is over 275 pages long. It's even longer than the level 1 manual. There is a ton. Those of you here, I know, You guys are level 2 students, a couple of you. So, you know the manual, there is a lot there, and we can't possibly go through it all in 8 weeks, but we'll dive in and we'll do, some of the, um, techniques and we'll do some writing, journaling, and there's some coloring pages. So we'll do a few fun things, and then after the level 2 class, you can always go back and keep going with the manual because there's so much there for teachings. So, the level 2 class is really the professional certification. So, for those of you who are interested in being a professional animal Reiki practitioner and maybe charging money for your services, going to people's homes or to barns, and also creating more outreach in the community, maybe working with veterinary centers or maybe going out to a doggy daycare, a grooming facility, or even a sanctuary or a shelter if you haven't already done so. It's really about stretching and reaching out and finding more ways to share and to help more animals and also being a professional. So we talk about how do we talk to people about what we do because that's more challenging because animals totally get it. People not necessarily so much. So we talk about that communication aspect with people. Um, and then after you get your level 2 certificate, I ask, this is just something special for the Let Animals Lead method. I ask that all my students do 100 hours internship. I know some of you in here are doing that now. And that is really your foundation for your practice is those 100 hours. It's just the beginning, but it's going to give you a lot of experience to help you navigate the different situations you may find yourself in when you go out into the world sharing this practice. So, so that really is the level 2. And again, those sessions start in January, the new sessions. Which leads me to we also have 2 sessions of level 3. Level 3 is the teacher training, but it is also it's called Shinpiden in Japanese means mystery teachings. It's a deep dive into your own spiritual journey. And so you learn all of the traditional Shinpiden techniques. You also practice and learn how to do Reiju, how to offer Reiju. You learn the Reiki 3 symbol and mantra. And we even delve more into the idea of healing with spirit animals to guide us. And I also have that manual is also about 250 pages long, the level 3 manual. And like over 100 pages of it is just teaching techniques, suggestions, ways to organize your class curriculum for level 1, level 2, level 3. It's really a teaching manual to help you so that you can actually go teach. You guess what? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's wonderful. The level 3, some people aren't ready to teach right away, but they really want to continue the journey and they want to go deeper into their spiritual journey. That's also fine, but you will have all the techniques to teach, the curriculum to teach, and the permission to use all 3 of the manuals for your students, which is really wonderful. These manuals are so extensive and professional, and you won't find anything like them anywhere else in the world. So I am incredibly, they took several years to write. This was how I spent the pandemic was writing for a few years and then putting it together graphically for another year before it was published at the beginning of 2023. So very proud of these manuals, and they are part of what makes the classes in the Let Animals Lead method so special and so in depth as well. The idea is really, embodying those teachings and really bringing them into your core. So the level 1, 2, and 3 is really the central part of the Let Animals Lead method. But that's not all that I have because I believe that community, spirit, community meditation helps us stay on task, helps us stay responsible and motivated in our practice. And I also believe strongly in professional development, that we want to keep learning and keep growing. And so I have three opportunities that I want to tell you about in regards to the continual learning and growing and connecting and being part of our vibrant, creative, compassionate Let Animals Lead community. So the first one is that I'm going to talk about is our monthly guided meditation, and it's live, it is community, and it's themed. So every month in 2024, there's going to be a theme, a specific meditation that we focus on for that month. I will guide the first week, and then my teachers of excellence will guide subsequent weeks so that you can have a chance to have a live guided practice every week of the month. Isn't that awesome? It really helps you feel connected and that you're not meditating by yourself. And that energy of the group is so strong to keep you grounded and to keep you inspired in your practice. That's really the main reason I created the online Let Animals Lead community in Mighty Networks, because I wanted us, we all live so far away from each other all over the world. I wanted us to really feel together, connected, and supporting each other. So that I've already thought about and planned out the monthly themes for all months of the year for 2024, and I'm really excited. So we're going to have our guided meditation, our animal Reiki talk, which we do every month here, my blog that I write, and our guest speaker in our community. It's all going to revolve around a specific, very special animal Reiki theme in 2024. So stay tuned for that. If you have at least level 1 training, you can join the Let Animals Lead online community. Once you're in there, you can click on the monthly meditations and you join at the premium level, which in 2024 will be $12 a month. You get all the meditations, you get the guest speakers, you get a free group about business, developing your business, and a bunch of other freebies every month, and discounts on classes and all kinds of goodies for that membership fee. So I'm excited about the themes. I can't wait for you guys to see all of this coming, all the good stuff coming in 2024. So that leads me now, this is for my advanced students, my super inspired, motivated advanced students, and this is my excellence program. So part of what I want to do in our Let Animals Lead community, and if I think of it as animal Reiki in the world, okay, on the whole, I want to develop a group of leaders, a group of people who live the practice, who are so inspired to help animals, and they want to bring forward the love and the light that is animal Reiki into the world. And for you guys, I have the Practitioners of Excellence program or the Teachers of Excellence program. Both of these are once a month, hour-long meetings, and then we have a little dedicated group in our online community where we, do little projects and things that go on. But every year it's something different. So in 2023, the Practitioners of Excellence and the Teachers of Excellence focused on the new manuals for the whole year. So we have spent a whole year deep diving into these new manuals. Very exciting. So in 2024, if you are a level 2 or above in Let Animals Lead, you can join the Practitioners of Excellence. In 2024, our theme in Practitioners of Excellence is the Animal Reiki Practitioner Code of Ethics. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a deep dive into the Code of Ethics over the entire year. We're going to break it down and focus on little themes each month. And you're going to have some homework to do. And the homework will be to meditate on this theme. And I'm going to have some questions for you to answer and to think about over the month. And then we'll share when we meet again our thoughts, our insights, what we have really learned from the Code of Ethics, how it affects our practice, things that are challenging, things that we enjoy, all kinds of stuff that we'll talk about. And then we'll go to the next part and so on. And so it's going to be a way for us, to me, the ethics of our practice are so important. It's such a foundation, just like the Reiki precepts and the 6 pillars are a foundation. the code of ethics is an important foundation. So, to be a practitioner of excellence, let's dive deep and really think about the code of ethics, contemplate them, go deeper with them so that they are more meaningful in your everyday work with animals. So, I'm very excited about that. As a practitioner of excellence, you'll have some other opportunities of leadership in the online community as well. And so, stay tuned for more about that. Then we have the Teachers of Excellence. This is for my level 3 students. Teachers of Excellence, um, as I said, last year, 2023, was all about the manuals. So now in 2024, every month we're going to take a technique or a theme or a way of teaching, something to help you up level your teaching. And I'm going to teach about that, talk about it, and then you're going to implement it. You're going to practice some aspect of it that month and see how it goes. So we're going to learn a lot of new techniques, a lot of some of my tricks of the trade as a teacher, I would say, I'm going to share with you, and you'll get a chance to practice those. You're also going to get a chance to lead things like the guided meditations in the online community, and just as the practitioners will be leading the practitioners circle, teachers can do that as well. It's a little online discussion group that we have a couple times a month. But also, you're going to be getting into groups and developing curriculum, developing short classes to offer to our online Let Animals Lead community. So you're going to be learning techniques to be a better teacher, and you're going to be learning with your friends and kindred spirits in the Teachers of Excellence. You're going to be doing some new creation. And so there'll be everybody will do a class in the first half of the year and then a class in the second half of the year. So you'll get a chance to create 2 different classes to be presented to our full community in online. So the Teachers of Excellence is really about nurturing your confidence in teaching and your love for teaching, and just giving you so many creative ideas of what to bring into your class and to make it fun for your students. So I'm very excited to be sharing and talking about all of that and seeing how it goes when you guys work with it next year as well. What if you want to be a practitioners of excellence and a teacher of excellence? That would mean that instead of having once a month meetings, you would have twice a month meetings, because you'd meet once for the practitioners and once for the teachers. They meet pretty much every other week, most of the year. That means that you would be a VIP. And if you're a VIP, you're also going to get all access to everything in the online community, all the classes, all the courses, everything. You're going to get access to everything. And you're going to also be part of both of those programs. So that is for people who really want to dive in and have the time to commit to all those different programs and things. Plus, since you have access to all the courses on there and everything, hopefully you have time to take part on your own, on demand, on all that stuff, all that good stuff that's in there. Wow. Did I overdo it in 2024? I feel like I sometimes, like, I have so many ideas, and then now when I talk about it, I'm like, you kind of planned a lot, Kathleen. What are you thinking?" Right? But I'm gonna make it happen because I love this practice. I still feel so in awe of the profound healing that happens from this practice. And it's been 25, almost 26 years for me. And still, I'm like a little kid when I see an animal relax or I see them feel better. It still just brings me so much joy. And so that's how I find energy to do all of these things. And plus, I love connecting with all of you. I couldn't do this without all of the light and the love and the enthusiasm and the smarts that you guys bring. I mean, that is what makes teaching fun for me, and that's what motivates me to keep creating, is really all of you guys being there and going out into the world and helping animals with the teachings. So shout out to all my Let Animals Lead community. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to do this as a profession for so many years. I feel incredibly grateful and blessed. All right. So I'm going to open it up now. If anybody has any questions about anything that we talked about, or perhaps you have an unrelated question or share about animal Reiki, that is certainly welcome as well. But I'm going to open it up to you guys now. Anyone who would, you can just unmute yourself. Darlene, you have your hand raised, so maybe we'll start with you. Oh, I'm not hearing you. Uh-oh. Do you have your sound
Wait,
on? There we go.
can you hear
Now,
me now?
yes.
Sorry. Sorry. I was just curious for those, if we're already a part of the Let Animals Lead community for the next year, do we have to do anything to renew, or are we still continuing on at the level that we're currently at?
You will still
And then,
continue on at the level you're currently at, but you will get a notice about it's going up $1. It was $11 a month last year. It's going up to 12. So you'll get some kind of a notice where you'll get to discontinue at that point if you want, or agree and then continue on for that. But
gotcha. Okay, thank you.
you're welcome. Anybody else?
Hi, Kathleen. Parul here.
Yes.
Um,
Hi, Rule.
yeah, I just wanted to ask that you talked about the higher courses and the certifications. So all that starts happening once we do the level 3. There is a sequence to it, isn't it?
A sequence to once you learn the level 3, then then you can join the Teachers of Excellence. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. The
So,
other courses that you're talking about.
but let me preface. I forgot to say this, so thank you for asking this question. Actually, they are year-long programs, so you have to join in January for the whole year. For the
Okay.
practitioner and teacher. It's a year-long professional development program. So the registration will only be available for the first couple weeks of January and until I think it's open now, but it will only be open till mid-January or something. And then you'll have to wait for the next year. So those of you who are getting trained in level 3 in 2024, you can join the excellence program in 2025.
All right. I knew that. So level 3 is mandatory to do all of the other stuff.
Just the Teachers of Excellence. If you are level 2 or up, you can join the Practitioners of Excellence.
Okay. So I can join the Practitioners of Excellence and still go on doing level 3.
Yes, at any time. Absolutely. They're kind of separate from one another. So it'll
Okay.
just be more work for you. So just be
Okay.
advised that you'll have meetings once a month for Practitioners of Excellence and then a focus for the Code of Ethics for that month. And then if you do level 3, that'll be the 8-week class with weekly assignments and all that. So you just want to make sure you have time to devote to both those programs. Mhm. But I think the more time you spend doing your practice, doing all of these different contemplations and journaling and stuff like that, the more you really integrate the teachings. And I was listening to there was an interview on NPR of and I can't remember his name, but it's like a rapper from Africa who just came out with a book called My Life is Art. And his name was Emmanuel something. I can't remember, but I just happened to catch it when I was driving around today. And he said something so wise, which I thought was so beautiful. And he said, if you want to change the world, you have to change yourself. And he said, everything that you create in your world started in your mind. And I would argue in your heart. It has to start here before we can see it bloom around us in the world. And so all of my programs, all of my classes are all about cultivating our heart and our mind and our energy in a way that will create massive, compassionate change for animals that will, to me, like, it's all about, hey, the world's not that great for animals. Let's change it. But often we think, oh, I have to go out of my house and I have to go do stuff. And that's great. But how about changing ourselves? And when we really change ourselves from the inside, then the impression we make on people when we talk to them, right, is different. They feel our passion, they feel our inspiration. When we talk about animals as spiritual teachers and guides, they feel the truth of it because how much we are living it, right? So that is really, I resonated a lot with what he was talking about when he was talking about his book. Even though he raps, so he writes kind of like poetry about life and stuff. But I thought he had so much wisdom because I thought, yeah, I mean, that's really the heart of animal Reiki is changing ourselves so that we can help the animals. It all starts here and here, our heart and our mind. That's where we focus, and that's how we make the biggest change in our world.
You're so right, Kathleen. I just had a follow-up question. I just wanted to ask, we are doing the level two, and we are doing these healings that we do in the shelter, the meditations that we are doing in the shelter.
Mhm.
So, is there a time frame to join level three? Like, I know we have to do 100 hours. So, once we only finish 100 hours, we do this.
No, it's up to you. It's really up to you, but I want you to stay committed to that 100 hours. But if you wanna start level 3 while you're in the middle of that, that's totally fine. Or if you wanna wait and then do it after, that's also totally fine. I just want you to, before you start charging money for treatments, I want you to have those 100 hours under your belt only because it will make it easier for you as a professional.
Thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, so choose your own timeline with that. Meditate on it, really think about what's feeling right for you, and then whatever you choose is perfect.
Thank you.
Mhm. Anybody else? All right. Well, shall we do our group animal healing circle now and hold space for all the beautiful animals? Okay. So let's go into Gasho, and we'll take a moment to dedicate all the energy of this practice to our animals. And we just invite them to share the space. And whoever is coming to your heart and mind in this moment is just perfect. Just invite them to join if they wish. And then resting our hands on our lap. We're going to do some hara breathing. Our hara is our energy center in our lower belly. And you can visualize it as a beautiful light shining out. And as you breathe in, imagine your breath is a pure and clear light, comes in through your crown and fills your body with light all the way down to the hara at your lower belly. And as you exhale, imagine that light can expand like a gentle mist out of every pore in your skin and into your aura and out into the universe. So breathing in the light, filling your body, connecting with the hara. And breathing out, expanding this light all around you. And take a moment to just do a few of those breaths at your own pace, visualizing the light coming in and filling your body, and breathing out and expanding from your body. And then relax your breath and just see yourself sitting in this beautiful space of light. The light within you and the light all around you. And this light is filled with compassion, peacefulness, perfect balance and harmony. And this light is a beautiful invitation for our animals. If they'd like to step in and share this peaceful, balanced space, but it's completely up to them. And we can just hold this space without expectation, just with love and light as a beautiful offering to the animals. And bringing our hands back into Gasho and just take a moment to thank the animals for sharing this space with you. However they chose to connect in this moment, which is perfect. And setting your intention to finish, take a nice deep breath and slowly come back and open your eyes. Well, thank you all for being a lovely way to end our evening together, our final Animal Reiki Talk of the year. Thank you all for being here. And I know the holiday season is upon us. So remember to sprinkle Reiki love and light everywhere you go, because sometimes it becomes stressful. But we have the tools to stay grounded and to stay compassionate and full of love, no matter what faces us in the weeks ahead, right? Remember that. Hold on to that. And I hope you all have a beautiful December. And I look forward to seeing you in our Mighty Networks community, because we still have some stuff going on. Next week, actually, we have a couple of fun events going on. So make sure to check those out next week. And then I wish you all happy holidays and a happy new year. And I'll see you guys next time. Blessings, everybody. Bye.
Thank you, Kathleen.
You're welcome.